All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Melissa here. Saturday morning. I have got to go to work pretty soon. Hey, let's talk about work. Let's talk about gathering plenty of work. We see the economy, we see Trump trying to change things with the homelessness, and we see people fighting back for the homeless to have housing. I do believe we need a lot of solutions to help our society. Um, we have broken systems everywhere. The best thing you can do, ladies, is work as much as you can. Work, 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 work. And then once you gather a bunch of jobs, you need to decide which ones are working for you and which ones are not on a regular basis. So I have one job that's like, okay, I'll call you when we need you. Never heard from them. Okay, so I'm like, all right, that one's, maybe next year when they're busier. I don't know. So then you have your business you're trying to start. Make time to slow down in your jobs for things that you need to do. So me starting a business and going back to school was really important to me. So I had jobs that slowed me down. Then I have jobs that, I have different goals in life. So I want to pick up different work. So for example, I just got a job that I absolutely already feel like I'm so comfortable there. I'm going to love it. It's a strong job, very strong. So that's what I need right now. That is what I'm focused on. I already said a few months ago, I am focused on making money right now. I have another job I really like. I like all the people, and that's a good job. I have a teaching job that is on call. That one is not working for me as well as this new job will. Because they're like, yes, we'll call you when we need you. Well, I have gotten called like last minute, like that day. And I'm like, I've already got plans for today. Already got plans for today. Today I'm sick. So finally they did push it out and say, hey, how about next week? What are you available for next week? And I try to keep my week somewhat open. And I'm like, yeah, I've got these 2 days. So they're like, okay, one of those days we'll probably need you. Fine. But prioritize your jobs. And now I will be picking up some more work at night. So if you stay busy, ladies, you're going to have not only your workout natural with working, but you're going to have more money, and you want this. You want to be in a stronger position. Now, I've had other things happen in my life where I went through a divorce. That took a lot out of me for the last, 3.5 years to go through that. That was very distracting. That took a lot of my time, my emotional energy, my physical energy, trying to pull things together around here when there wasn't much work. That took a lot of energy. Dealing with stuff with my sons, all that. But the work is starting to pick up now in Colorado. I see it. I see more jobs, and I'm like, great, finally. I did some volunteering when that worked into me because I already was looking for resources to help me. So that worked into my whole picture of life. And so now that I look back, I'm like, okay, you have research skills that you've done. You have, you went to school, you started your cleaning business, you're now ready to take on a nonprofit. So all these big things I've done, even though it looks like I wasn't doing anything because I didn't have as much work, I was reinvesting in myself and my skills. So now I'm even in a better place with more, right? And then as far as jobs, when I give out my resume, I have so much experience that people are like, yeah, we want to hire you. And this is an exactly great place where I need to be right now, where the jobs are more competitive. I'm like, I have the experience. So I just started a job and they're like, we don't even need to train you. And, I promoted myself too. I'm like, actually, these days would work better for me. They are the busier days, and I needed a new schedule, which my boss was great to change it already. And I said, this is what I need. I need the weekends here so that I can have this new job during the week. And if you think about it, where I'm a good worker and she knows I can handle the weekend, because some people can't because the weekends are crazy. I gave myself a promotion with more, it'll be more ability for tips, and then eventually some other things that I will be doing, possibly managing later. So, do that for yourself, ladies, and prioritize your jobs and be like, which ones are working for me, which ones are not. Also, this is a time in my life right now that I want to be stronger with my finances. So where I've had time to heal from the abortion, I mean, well, yeah, not just the abortion being here, I also did that, which was a huge thing too. Heal from that, heal from my divorce, heal with my marriage. I am in a much stronger position. So I just want to say, when we talk about pro-life stuff, we think, oh, let's avoid the hard stuff in life. Let's avoid hardship. Someone's like, oh, I think someone thought that was mean, thinking tell people to take hardship. No, take some hardship. It actually makes you stronger. And I'm in a better place now because I've been hit so hard in life. Call it discipline, call it what you want. But I've been hit hard in life over and over and over. And there's a lot of people, you have to smarten up. You have to get hit in life over and over to smarten up sometimes, and it's okay. And when we go through hardship, it's not always about discipline or smartening up. Sometimes it's just, oh, I didn't know this and I needed to learn this. Oh, I didn't have these skills. Okay, now I do. So take the bull by the horns, take life by the horns, guys. Ride the waves and be willing to take those hardships. So if I didn't go through, the whole losing my house in New Hampshire, I wouldn't have gotten here. I wouldn't have been starting a nonprofit for people. If I did not go through a divorce, I would not have realized how strong I was. On and on it goes. Put a positive spin to it. So we are living in a day and age where people are very selfish. They don't want to think of others. And as I do my nonprofit, I really am looking to bring community together. We are living in the United States right now, a country that is very divisive. Oh, well, I do this, or oh, I do that. Yes, you can have your opinion, but we also need unity. Unity is important. I have a job right now that unity is a priority, and I think that's important for a company. And I also have a job where she says, if you don't get along with certain people, and she said this, it's okay to say, I don't want to work with this person. And I think that balance of both is important. You want unity, you want to get along. That's so important for a company to make sure everybody is on the same page, everybody is, working like glue together so that the company can have more success. But it's also important for a company to see, if you have to go out in the field and you're working with somebody like I did once, and she just thought, this is in the cleaning world, she thought, oh, I'm faster than everybody else and I'm better than everybody else. And she was just so divisive. And, I said to this person, I said, there's other people who are slower, they're more meticulous. And when I worked with her, I had the whole kitchen and the customer liked all my work. When he looked at her work, he said, you missed the baseboards. So which one did better? In my opinion, me. Sometimes it's better to be a little slower and be more organized than to rush around and think that you're better than everybody else when in fact you're not. So that was a huge thing, and I was talking to the lady who hired me yesterday about this, and she's like, no, everybody has their own pace. Everyone has their favorite stuff that they can do, stuff they don't like to do. And this company works with people with what they like. I like deep cleans. I really do. I feel like unless your home is getting a deep clean, it's not really clean. So don't give me a weekly or bi-weekly clean until you've had that deep clean first. Otherwise, I'm just cleaning dirt upon dirt, right? So, it's important to have these conversations and have communication and work. But find out which jobs work for you. And then I was going to say something else about pro-life. It's just important, ladies, to go through the hard stuff because you're going to be stronger. And I think I'm in a place emotionally that I'm stronger than I've ever been. And I've had to go through times of having nothing in order to see that God is still taking care of me. I mean, if I ended up in my van today, God is still taking care of me. So, so going through a lot of jobs, before I didn't really care about jobs. I didn't have to work. I mean, I came from a place where I never had to worry about money. And I took that for granted. I just worked just to go to the movies, or I worked to go out to eat, or I worked to buy myself clothes. And then when I was married, I really had to learn how to be a little less materialistic because then I had kids. And so through motherhood, I learned to be frugal. And I had to learn fast and I had to learn well because we didn't have a lot of money. And I didn't marry for money. And boy, did I have to learn fast and hard. I mean, I literally had to budget every single cent in order to make it. And so there was a woman on a YouTube channel that's like, I hate being a mother. I hate it. I haven't had time to shower. I haven't had time to think of me today at all. And that is usually the way motherhood is. And it passes. I mean, there are times that, we're like, geez, is this ever going to end? I feel like I'm constantly cooking, constantly cleaning. I need a break. And when you don't have systems in place, whether it's, your kids are dropped off to Awana or youth group or, you know, anything, Boy Scouts, you are not getting that break. And it's important to have those in your life. Even if it's your husband, you're like, I'm taking a class like I did. I took classes throughout my motherhood and my husband had the kids, I needed a break and that's okay. And it's not even so much I needed a break from them. It's just I needed to make sure I was investing in myself. And I did miss them. Whenever I was gone, I missed them. Like I had to work and I was torn later on working full time. And we had a house, which was great. But I did miss my family when I was away from them. And so now, as my kids are more independent, I have more time to work. You will have more time to work later, ladies. Make sure you understand that. We have the mayor in New York saying he wants universal child care. No, we need to have universal funds for moms to stay home with their kids, universal funds so that moms have all the support they need to be able to be home or invest in themselves with a business or whatever they want to do. We don't need other people taking care of our kids. We need to take care of them, and that's why we have kids, right? So we can take care of them. So the more somebody else has time with your kids, the more control and the more to teach them the values that go against the family. And this is why I also homeschooled, because I wanted my values taught to my kids, not some strangers. So, and you can have your kids in a school system, but unless you're going to have time to be in that school system all the time, you're not going to change what they pick up in a school. And I say that as an after school care teacher. I've seen a lot in the schools. So, I mean, you can use it, but you're also going to be working for the school. Your time's going to be there quite a bit. So it's not the schools that we had growing up. It's a whole different school system. So that's what I got for now, guys. And I just want to tell you, go through the hardship. Make it make you stronger. So I'm in a place right now where I am stronger than ever. And I don't have as much on my plate now, so I can get more done. So I feel like it's important to work, invest in yourself when your kids are little, because that gives you that time that you need to improve yourself, but always be learning. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do watch Gordon Ramsay sometimes. That's educational. If I watch YouTube or, Caleb Hammer or other people, it's educational. I watch stuff for the education. I don't just, I'm not idle. I did watch, a movie by Joan Crawford. That is historical stuff I'm learning about. Always invest in yourself, guys. So I've got some time this morning before I go to work to finish my exercise and then to clean my home. Stay on top of your home. The more you have time to take care of your home, the more you're going to feel clarity in your life to help you process other areas in your life. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.